This is the course overview and introduction for the College of Liberal Arts Studies, course 4163, Nonprofit Management. As many of you know, the definition of academic is something relating to education and scholarship, as this course is. However, another definition is often cited as something that is not practical or relevant of any theoretical interest. Well, the purpose of this course is not that. This is a major revision of the nonprofit management course that has been offered online for several years. But this is a much more pragmatic and practical approach to the course. In fact, this course, instead of having one large textbook, will actually have four general business books. The first one is Nonprofit Management 101. And in this book, we will be reading some sections dealing with introduction and background of the nonprofit world and the discussion of leadership, the board, and volunteers, basically the first 2 weeks of the course. We'll also look at the chapters on fundraising and grant writing toward the end of the course. And finally, we will look at a section of this as part of the discussion for developing a strategic plan, which is part of the assignment for the course. The second book that we'll be looking at is from NOLO, which is basically a legal publication, but this is Starting and Building a Nonprofit, a Practical Guide. And we'll use this text for the formation and legal entities of a nonprofit organization. This will be basically in the third week. We also look to its chapters on fundraising and grants toward the end of the course as well. And finally, we will look at this text or this book's discussion of developing a strategic plan as well. The third book is another NOLO book, and it is Every Nonprofit's Tax Guide. If you're operating at a nonprofit, this will become a very handy reference guide for you in the future, as well as important for this class. And this text will be used for studying the tax implications of operating a nonprofit company, and we cover that in week 4. And this also covers the very important topic of unrelated business income tax, UBIT. All of you probably know that nonprofits are not taxed on their income, except there are exceptions when that nonprofit is generating some unrelated business income. And the concept of UBIT is very important for the nonprofit organization. And finally, the fourth textbook that we'll be using is Jay Levinson's book on guerrilla marketing. This text will be used for Unit 3 for weeks 5 and 6. It's a very well-known book for small business marketing. It offers some very practical, down-to-earth ideas on marketing for small companies. And since most nonprofit companies are in fact small companies as well, it's especially good for this class for a startup nonprofit. It's a very hands-on, practical approach to marketing. Okay, nonprofit management, the course overview. Take a look at the syllabus. It's posted on the website for the course, and that has a full course description, expected outcomes, all the additional information that you need to have a good understanding of what this course is about. It's an 8-week course broken into 4 units of 2 weeks each. Unit 1 will be an introduction to the nonprofit world and dealing with leadership, including the board and volunteers. Unit 2 will go into the legal aspect of the formation of nonprofit organizations, and it will talk about the tax status of nonprofit organizations. 2 very, very key concepts for anybody that's interested in the nonprofit world. Unit 3, the whole 2 weeks will be talking about marketing for the nonprofit. And again, this will be a very hands-on, very practical, lots of good, simple ideas on how to market and make your nonprofit successful and make it aware in a very, very competitive marketplace. And finally, Unit 4 will cover grants and fundraising. And then the last week, you'll be working on developing a strategic plan for your nonprofit. The assignments and the grading, there are unit discussions. There's a total of 200 points for unit discussions. And the discussion, these are forums, and they will last for 2 weeks. One discussion for each unit. Discussions for this class will be between team members of each team. I've done the open discussions before where the whole class reads everything, but with the large number of students that we have in these classes, it just kind of gets lost. So we're going to try something new and have the forum discussions between the individual team members. And it'll be 4 to 5 team members for each team. Unit 3 will be a team discussion. You're to work through that. You'll see what it is, and you have 2 weeks to come up with the work on that as a team effort. It is not going to be a posting and a repost. It'll be a cooperative work between the team members yourselves. The discussions are 50 points per unit per discussion. They're broken down to 25 points for the initial post, 20 points for a response post to someone else's post, and 5 points for timely delivery. The next type of assignment will be weekly quizzes, 25 points each for a total of 200. These will be multiple choice and short answer. You'll get the hang of it in the first couple of quizzes, I'm sure. The third type of assignment that will be done for this class are weekly written assignments. And these are 30 points each for 7 weeks, the 8th week being dedicated to the strategic plan. So this is a total of 210 points for the course. These written assignments are graded by using a rubric. I strongly recommend that you look at the rubric before you submit your work. The rubric will be a very good guideline as to what I'm looking at and expecting for the answers. At the beginning of the course, you will need to select a hypothetical nonprofit organization. We call it an H&O throughout the course. And that will be used throughout all the assignments. So this is, if you were to start a H&O, a nonprofit, you need to decide what you want that to be. The assignments will relate to that, and the strategic plan will relate to one of the H&Os that the team decide. And then the final type of assignment is to develop a strategic plan. This is the 8th week, although you'll probably work on it during the Unit 3 as well. It's 150 points, and you'll select one of your team's H&Os, and you'll use that for actually working together to develop a strategic plan for that H&O. That will be a team project and a team grade. So looking at total assignments and points, you can see here on the chart, it breaks down pretty much 1/4 to each category for a total of 20 assignments over the 8 weeks, broken into the discussion forums, individual assignments, quizzes, and the final strategic plan. There is no final exam. The strategic plan will be doing that instead. So this is a new Canvas course, so we're counting on you to let us know if there are mistakes or contradictions in any of the material. Not only is it new for Canvas, but it is also a major rewrite of the entire course itself. Be alert to what you would like to make, or what you'd like to do to make the course better. If you see something that isn't working, or you have an idea that you think would work better, please let the instructor know. And be sure to complete the final evaluation of this course at the end of the class. It's even more important because this being both new to Canvas and a major revision, we need your input so that we can make it better as we go forward. Okay, well, that's the overview of the class. Feel free to contact or Skype the instructor during the class, and I look forward to meeting all of you as we go online with a nonprofit management class.